At some point on the morning of January 12, 2007, a 28-year-old mother named Jennifer Strange made a phone call from her car. She was crying. She said her head felt like it was going to split open. She said her stomach had swollen so badly she looked pregnant. She was scared, and she was alone, and she was trying to get home. That was the last anyone ever heard from her. A few hours earlier, Jennifer had been sitting inside a Sacramento radio station, drinking bottle after bottle of water, trying to win a Nintendo Wii for her 3 kids. What she didn't know, what nobody at that station bothered to tell her, was that what they were asking her to do had already killed people before, and it was killing her right now. Imagine waking up on a Friday morning, giving your kids a kiss goodbye, and telling them, "Don't worry, mommy's going to win you something special today." Now imagine those being the last words you ever say to them. This is not a story about a war. It's not a story about a car accident or a bizarre accident in the woods. This is a story about a radio contest, a morning show, a prize, and a room full of grown adults who stood by and watched a young mother die slowly while the whole thing was broadcast live on the radio for the whole city to hear. Her name was Jennifer Lee Strange. She was 28 years old. She had a husband named Billy and 3 kids named Keegan, Ryland, and little Jory, who was just 11 months old. 11 months! Not old enough to walk, not old enough to understand what it meant that her mother wasn't coming home. On January 12, 2007, Jennifer got in her car and drove to a radio station in Sacramento, California, and she never came home. To see why Jennifer was at the radio station that morning, you have to go back a few months, because this story doesn't begin at a radio station. It begins with empty shelves in toy stores across America and desperate online shopping carts during the holiday season of 2006. Nintendo had just come out with the Wii, a gaming system like no other in the world. You didn't sit on a couch and press buttons. You moved. You swung your arm to throw a ball, punched to box, swung a tennis racket in front of your living room window. Kids went nuts for it. Parents were just as crazy for it. And no one, and I mean no one, could get one. They were sold out in minutes. People slept on the sidewalk in sub-freezing temperatures just to get a shot at buying one at retail price. If you weren't in line, you were paying 2 or 3 times as much to some stranger on the internet. It was the hottest item in the country, and the shelves were bare. Jennifer Strange had 3 kids, and she hadn't been able to get one for Christmas. So when Sacramento radio station KDND-FM 107.9 The End announced a contest called Hold Your Wii for a Wii, she listened. The contest was simple. Come to the station, drink bottles of water every 15 minutes, starting with 8 ounces and increasing as the contest went on. No bathroom breaks. The last one standing took home a brand new Nintendo Wii, live on the morning rave show for the entire city of Sacramento to enjoy. The morning show crew thought it was pure genius, hilarious, edgy, ratings magic. No one in that building took the time to think about what they were asking people to do to their bodies, or maybe they did. We'll get to that. A colleague of Jennifer's named Tracy Beam later told the media about Jennifer in a way that has stuck with me. Jennifer was selfless, completely devoted to her babies, said she had her hands in everything, humanitarian work, helping kids, saving the environment. That was the woman who walked into KDND-FM that morning. Not a thrill seeker, not someone seeking fame, a devoted mother who just wanted to win her kids the gifts she couldn't give them for Christmas. About 18 people showed up to compete. They sat in the studio while the hosts kept the party atmosphere lively for listeners at home. Every 15 minutes, another bottle. The hosts laughed, the contestants drank. Sacramento listened, and inside their bodies, something deadly was quietly beginning to occur. This is what the station apparently never bothered to research. When you drink huge amounts of water in a short period of time, your kidneys can't process it quickly enough. The fluid pours into your bloodstream and dilutes your sodium levels. Sodium is more than just a number on a box of cereal. It is one of the most essential components that keep your brain alive. When it gets too low, water pours into your brain tissue. Your brain expands, and your skull, solid bone that is unyielding and unforgiving, has nowhere to go. The condition is called hyponatremia, water intoxication. It has killed soldiers on training exercises and endurance athletes. It was documented, known, and discoverable by anyone who wanted to spend 30 seconds on the internet. It was not a secret. It was not hard to find. The contest continued anyway. One by one, the contestants gave up and walked to the bathroom. Jennifer held out longer than almost everyone. By the time the contest finished, she had downed almost 2 gallons of water in 3 hours. She finished in second place. She didn't win the Wii. She accepted 2 tickets to a Justin Timberlake concert as a consolation prize. But here's the part that makes it even worse. Before she even left the studio, sitting right there on air, Jennifer had said the words out loud. "Oh, it hurts." A male DJ followed up with a joke about her swollen stomach making her look pregnant. A female host laughed and said, "That is so funny." No one called a doctor. Jennifer got in her car and drove toward home. At some point, she called her workplace, Radiological Associates of Sacramento. A co-worker named Laura Rios was one of the people she talked to. And what Jennifer said during that phone call is the hardest part of this whole story to sit with. She told them her head was hurting. Not a little headache, but serious, terrifying pressure building inside her skull. She told them her stomach was swollen so badly she looked pregnant. She was scared, and she was alone, and she was trying to get home. That was the last anyone ever heard from her. Later that morning, Jennifer's mother, Nina Holst, arrived at the family home in Rancho Cordova. She found her daughter unresponsive. Now, here's where this story stops being just a tragedy and becomes something else entirely, because someone at that radio station tried to prevent it. While the contest was still ongoing, a listener named Eva Brooks called in and said it plainly on air. Those people drinking all that water could get sick and possibly die from water intoxication. The DJs told her they already knew that, and then told her it was fine because everyone had signed release forms. They knew. They said out loud that they knew, and they kept right on going. And it didn't begin with Eva Brooks. One of the on-air hosts, Trish Sweet, had posed the question herself during the broadcast, right out loud. "Can't you get water poisoning and die?" Her co-host dismissed it. The bottles kept rolling in. And evidence from the subsequent lawsuit suggested that concerns about safety had been raised inside the station before the broadcast even started, before the first bottle was opened. And those concerns were ignored. 10 employees of KDND-FM were fired just days after Jennifer's death. The Sacramento County Superior Court Division initiated a criminal investigation, and Jennifer's family, through attorney Roger Dreyer, filed a wrongful death lawsuit that went to trial in 2009. Dreyer told the jury a simple, chilling truth. Jennifer Strange had been told her whole life that water was good for you. She had no reason to believe that a radio station would ask her to do something that would kill her. The jury deliberated for 2 full weeks, and when they finally came back, their verdict was absolute. They found Entercom Sacramento, the parent company of KDND-FM, 100% liable for Jennifer Strange's death. 0% of fault assigned to Jennifer herself. They awarded her family $16,777,118, one of the largest wrongful death verdicts in Sacramento County history. And it still didn't end there. In 2016, the FCC initiated a formal license review hearing questioning whether KDND served the public interest. Facing that scrutiny and amid a larger corporate merger, the station went dark on February 8, 2017. KDND-FM 107.9 The End went silent for good. $16.5 million. A station that no longer exists. 10 people fired. A verdict that placed 100% of the blame on the people who ran that contest. And yet, none of it brings Jennifer home. None of it puts Keegan, Ryland, and Jory to bed at night. None of it shows up for birthdays or school plays, or the 1,000 invisible moments that only a mother can fill. Billy Strange said adjusting to life without her was a one-step-at-a-time process. Born October 23, 1978. Died January 12, 2007. Laid to rest at Mount Vernon Memorial Park in Fair Oaks, California. A wife, a daughter, a friend, a mother of 3. one of whom was 11 months old and would spend the rest of her life knowing her mother only as a memory. Behind every case study, there is a person. Behind every legal precedent, there is a family. Behind every ethics lecture, there is a real Friday morning when a real woman made a decision born entirely out of love and never came home from it. The next time you see a viral challenge, a wild radio stunt, a crowd being pushed towards something that sounds almost too crazy to be real, remember that the people running the show are not always thinking about the person standing in front of them. Remember that a signed release form is not the same thing as human responsibility. Remember that knowing something is dangerous and doing it anyway is a choice. And remember Jennifer Strange. Remember her name. Remember Keegan, Rylan, and Jory. Remember that she went to that radio station on a Friday morning because she was a mother and she was trying. If this story stayed with you, share it. Someone you know needs to hear her name. And if you want to keep watching stories like this, stories told with honesty and with the respect the people at the center of them deserve, the next one is right there waiting for you. I'll see you in it.